Hi everyone, welcome to my review of the Kotobukiya Colossus. Today we have a 1/6 scale of the Xmen's Colossus statue. With Kotobukiya, when they say it's 1/6, it's pretty big. It's around 1/6 compared to Bowen, which is a little bit out of the scale. Bowen usually does somewhere between 1/8 and 1/6. Kotobukiya is a little bit more consistent with the product scaling. Okay, so before we begin, let's go back to the beginning and I want to show you the box. This is partial of it, but let's see that before we go on. Okay, so this is what the box looks like. It's a white box with the Colossus lettering in gold and white. That's the front of the box. And then if you look at the top, you can see how many were made. This is 690 out of 1,000. And then we'll swing to the side. There's nothing on this side. And then the back, we have a picture of Colossus. Limited edition, of course they are limited. And then if you see that, it will tell you about the sculptor. In this case, it's Eric Sosa. I think he does a lot of the sculpting for Kotobukiya, and then gives you a little bit of bio on Colossus, which is nice. You don't get any of these things nowadays from the other companies. So, but I think most people know what Colossus, the character, is about. So it's not necessary to have it. And then you swing around to the other side. It's just a white box. So that's what the box looks like. Okay, one other thing, I don't know if you guys can see it, but on top of the box, right about here, there's a small indentation that says Colossus, which is a nice touch, but I doubt you can see that because it's all white, but it's a little bit raised. And then I think that's it. Okay, so we're back. This is my favorite Colossus statues of all the ones that are out there. There aren't a lot of them. Bowen Designs did do one that's pretty good, but I like this one better. It's just bigger. It's more massive, more representative of the power of Colossus. And I think Sideshow's got a quarter scale one. I feel like this is the best one out there available. Looks like he's going to lay the smackdown on something. Most likely this Sentinel. After all, this is what Kotobukiya called the Danger Room series. So there's a Wolverine, Cyclops, Psylocke. So you can get the whole collection with this. I only got this one. Overall, let's see. I like the action pose of this one. Like he's laying the smackdown on somebody. This is sculpted by Eric Sosa. So I think he does all of the Kotobukiya's current X-Men now, among other things. Okay, and then the cool thing with this is you do get two heads as a bonus, so there's no EX or anything like what Sideshow usually does with theirs. This is the closed mouth version. It looks okay. I much prefer the gritting teeth, and I'm going to do a swap out for you, so hang on. Okay, so this is what the alternate head looks like. It's a gritting teeth one. Okay, so basically you have a small magnet, and then what we're going to do is we're going to remove this one. You see a magnet there, and we're going to put the gritting teeth one on. And this is my favorite one out of the two. Both are okay, but I like this one. Okay, and then I like the action pose. I think this is the best angle. As you can see right there. And we'll give you a spin around. The paint came out quite well with this one. I didn't see any problems. And then all of this Danger Room sessions, has a part of a sentinel, like Colossus. I don't know what this one is. Perhaps it is part of the body, but it's very hard to tell. It's kind of busy, so you can't really tell which part of the body, but I assume it is. Oh, actually, no. It looks like it could be a head, because if you look at it, here's an eye right there, and then we spin it back around. Let's see. We have another eye, so here's the nose, and then it looks like Colossus just smacked down a Sentinel's face. Okay, and then I think the other X-Men, one has a hand, one has maybe a leg or something. Okay, so this could have been a lot better if they had sculpted the face to be a little bit more identifiable. Okay, so it's good base. And we have Colossus. This is his classic costume. All around, it's a good statue. I didn't see anything wrong with it. The bonus head is really nice. With this one, there's a slight controversy. As you can see from the art box, originally when this was, I guess, solicited, the color that they used on the solicitation piece is this metallic, darker gray looking. So it looked really good in the pictures. Let me turn it around so you can see. That's how the statue is supposed to look like. Okay, so instead of doing that, by the time we got it shipped, you get this. This is a silver. It's more of a subdued silver. So they didn't really tell anybody until I guess a few months before the piece came out. I do have an issue with this because when they solicited the piece with the darker metallic color, they were charging the price for that color. So when they went and changed it up, maybe they should have given a credit or, lower the price, but they never did that. So it's kind of, disappointing. It's almost like a bait and switch where, you show one color and then when you ship the product, it's a totally different color. And, it is a significant color change. This is just a flat silver looking. Because I have the sunlight reflecting off this, it looks like it's shiny, but it's not really that shiny. With the silver metallic paint, it would have been much better. Now, of course, you can always get your own gloss, but you should never have to change it. That's not really something that they should be doing. So I guess it's a good piece all around. You can pose this with any of the 1/8 to 1/6 scale Bowens. There isn't much that I can complain other than the color that was originally solicited. But there's a lot of details in this guy. I didn't find anything majorly wrong with it. It's a heavy piece for the 1/6 scale. It's around 8 pounds or so, give or take a few ounces. Weighed it on a bathroom scale. And then I didn't see much paint overrun. I'm sure there are some. I've heard complaints about Kotobukiya paint and finishes. I didn't have a problem with this piece, so I can't really comment about it. We'll get you a closer look at his gritting teeth. Yeah, Eric Sosa hit a home run with this piece. It's just an amazing piece. Probably the best Colossus out there, regardless of size. Thought about stripping this piece down and repainting the silver with a darker metallic look, but yeah, that's a lot of work. And you can see the Xmen down, the legs. So when you get this piece, the head's going to be separate. the statue is going to come separate from the base, and then all you have to do is put it on. It's a very simple piece. There's not much more to say about it other than I like it, like I like most of my piece. Um, so I guess we can go to the scorecard. The first thing we can look at is the scope itself, done by Eric Sosa. This is one of his best pieces. It represents Colossus as he's about to strike something. Um, so it's quite a representative of it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It's just a nice scope overall. Nice muscle tone. The boots are done well. So I would have to give this scope a solid 9 out of 10. 9.5 possibly. Almost a perfect scope. Muscle tones are done well. Nothing I can find wrong with it. Okay, the next thing we'll go with is fit and finish. With this, I sort of have a problem, like I mentioned before, with the silver. The silver on the skin tone originally was solicited with some form of metallic-like silver. So they did a nice bait and switch on you, but they didn't lower the price on this. This silver is okay, could have been better, was better. Now I realize it's not going to look exactly like the master painted piece, but at least give us something similar to that, like it was advertised. But overall, I didn't see any paint miscue. I'm very satisfied with it. Some people do complain that Kotobukiya usually doesn't have good paint apps. This one I didn't have a problem. It's got the dough finish, not all shiny, but of course if it was metallic paint on the silver part, it would be much, much better. So the overall fit and finish, I would give this an 8. Although I am satisfied with it, I just can't get over the silver metallic look that was originally done like that. Okay, so the next thing we'll go to is the art direction. This is representative of Colossus. He's about to, or was, putting a smackdown on his Sentinels. There's nothing to complain here. Action piece, I usually prefer that over the so-called museum pose. This is one of the best one out there. So with this one, art direction wise, I'll have to give it a 10. Can't complain about this one. Okay, and then next to the last category we're going to go to is actually, what are we up to here? Art direction. Oh yes, source material. With that one, how close is it to the Colossus in the comic books? And this is a small picture of what Colossus looks like, and it looks like it's as advertised, except for the, of course, I have to repeat myself, metallic paint, Kotobukiya, metallic paint, and then the only other thing is, if you look at this part right here, whoops, sorry about that, right there, and the shoulder part, his uniform has this shoulder pad that goes out, so yeah, if you're a stickler for such fine details, then this one doesn't really quite make the source material how accurate it is to original source. But then again, it's hard to do. It's very difficult to do on a fully sculpted piece. And so with that, with the shoulder pad that's sort of missing, we'll go with an 8 for source material. With those shoulder pad, this would easily be a 10. Okay, and then finally we come down to the overall scope of the piece. The overall score. I would definitely give this an easy 9 out of 10. The reason I did not give it a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10, which would imply that it's perfect, but no statues are perfect. But 10 out of 10 is as good as you're going to get. This isn't as good as you're going to get because, like I said before, I keep beating the dead horse, but I got to keep doing it. because of the silver paint. They solicited one color and then they give you a different color, which I don't think is correct. And they never really changed the price of the final piece. Should have lowered it because they didn't deliver what they promised us. But overall, it's a very good piece. It's a very dynamic action piece. As I'm spinning around, you can see his abs. It's going back like a normal, I guess person would when you're, pulling back to smack down on somebody. So the abs is nice. As you can see here, very well done. It's a win all around. Again, beating the horse. This should have been done with the original metallic paint. Okay, so I think this is it. I would highly recommend this piece. Now he's getting kind of expensive for the aftermarket if you didn't get one. Unfortunately, there's only 1,000 of these. I remember when they first came out and I picked up a couple of these because I love it so much. But it's kind of hard now. You can still get it. I think it's well worth whatever it's asking for now on the Bay or the aftermarket because it's the best Colossus out there that you can get. Okay, so thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.